The man pulled out the 10 million he had just stolen and tossed it straight into the fire. It was the only way Cage could get a lighter sentence, but that one decision ended up causing him massive trouble. Since the police had no solid evidence, Cage was eventually sentenced to only 8 years, but right after he got out, he suddenly received a call from a kidnapper. The caller claimed he had taken Cage's daughter, and the ransom just happened to be 10 million. The absurd coincidence left Cage stunned, but instead of panicking, Cage actually burst out laughing because he had already figured out who the caller was. It turned out Vincent was Cage's partner in the bank heist 8 years earlier. At first, Cage thought Vincent was joking about kidnapping his daughter, until Vincent let the girl pick up the phone.
No?
Hearing his daughter crying, Cage finally realized how serious the situation was, but the 10 million was already burned, and Vincent believed Cage had kept the money for himself. Vincent threatened that if Cage didn't deliver 10 million within a day, he would hack his daughter to death. What Vincent never expected was that after Cage hung up, he ran straight to the police station, but the chief didn't believe anything he said. Desperate to save his daughter, Cage knocked out 2 officers in the elevator, stole their key cards, and slipped into the records room. Cage knew very well that the only person who still had information on Vincent was Hoyt, the guy who had helped steal the bank money years ago. After confirming Hoyt's exact location, Cage stormed over to him, cursing the whole way. With just one punch, Cage shattered Hoyt's front teeth. Hoyt was the one who had driven the getaway car with Vincent back then, which led to Cage getting caught. And now, Hoyt had teamed up with Vincent to kidnap his daughter, to save his own skin. Hoyt revealed Vincent's location, but Cage had no intention of letting him off the hook, until suddenly Hoyt smacked Cage's gun out of his hand. While Cage bent down to retrieve it, Hoyt flipped up the sofa cushion and pulled out a shotgun, unleashing a wild barrage at Cage. Luckily, Cage reacted fast enough to avoid getting shot to death. But just as Hoyt opened the door to escape, he froze. Police had already surrounded the entrance. They had been waiting outside the whole time, hoping to swoop in and reap the benefits, but Cage had no intention of letting them arrest him. He jumped from the 4th floor to a neighbor's balcony, and by the time the chief arrived, Cage had already fled the scene. Following the lead Hoyt gave him, Cage tracked down a taxi Vincent supposedly used, but to his surprise, the driver wasn't Vincent at all. After some intense interrogation, Cage learned the vehicle was a cloned cab. With the lead suddenly gone cold, he had no choice but to follow Vincent's demand and come up with 10 million in cash before nightfall. So he went to Anna, an old teammate, planning to rob the same vault again. Anna immediately blew up. Robbing the same bank vault twice was basically suicide. But what shocked Anna even more was Cage saying he didn't need to enter the vault at all to pull off a perfect theft.